I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
Alright, what's good, y'all? I came back just to talk about something real quick. So, yesterday we got the news that Demarcus Cousins has signed to the Rockets, and that Christian Wood also signed to the Rockets. That was a couple days ago. So, if you don't know about those two players, Demarcus Cousins, 4-time All-Star, when he was healthy, not even arguable, he was the best center in the league. Nobody was better than him. And he had an ACL injury and an Achilles injury back to back. So, dang, that's what Clay just had. I just noticed that. That's wild. But yeah, he had an ACL injury and an Achilles injury that sidelined him basically for like 2 seasons. Like, he played with the Warriors after the Achilles injury, played in like the finals, and he even had a quad injury when he came back. He played, and then last year when he was supposed to play for the Lakers, he I think it was his he tore his ACL in a little open run. That's what they call them. Like, you just go to the gym and you play with random people, and that's crazy because that's when Clay tore his Achilles. That's wild how there's two connect like that. But yeah, he tore his ACL last year, so he didn't get to play with the Lakers at all. And he could have played in the bubble. The Rockets were looking at him to play in the bubble, but I guess he just wanted to keep rehabbing because that's 2 back-to-back major injuries, and you just want to make sure you're set so there's no more rehab. So he's going to the Rockets now. Like I said, Christian Wood is a player that we should all be looking out for. I don't know anymore, but we should all be looking out for because he's a unicorn type player, a player that can do everything, just like Boogie can, but a player that can do everything and is dominant in the paint. And I'm happy that he went to the Rockets, but now that they got Boogie, and I'm seeing these reports that they're not even thinking about trading James Harden, I'm thinking like they want to win. And it's confusing. I was like, if y'all want to win, why did y'all trade Robert Covington? But I don't know. But I'm confused with this whole organization because you traded Robert Covington, but you want to win. Now you got Christian Wood and Demarcus Cousins, and you putting them right next to Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Now, to me, I don't think that's going to fit at all because all of them need the ball to be effective. Christian Wood would be a great role runner with James Harden, but that's it. Like, if you want Christian Wood to be that unicorn that he was last year, he has to have the ball. So that's getting taken away. If you want Demarcus Cousins to be effective, he has to have the ball. Demarcus Cousins will come into this team being the third, fourth option. He's never been that. You can say he was that with the Warriors, but even that, Clay doesn't need the ball to be effective. KD was not playing, so he was basically the second option, and he was creating plays for the shooters, which is Steph and Clay. So I would say he was the second option on that team. And with this team, you're the third, fourth option. You got Russell, you got James, and you got Christian, or whoever's the third option, Christian and Demarcus. You pick one. But this is for both of them. I don't feel like this is the right fit for both of them. I don't want them to trade James Harden because they can get back these young pieces and Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, not even Jared Allen. I wouldn't want him no more. But something. Because you need more than that for James Harden. You don't need 2 players. You need a boatload of players for James Harden. But what I'm saying is, I don't want James Harden on that team because I feel like that will take away for what people seen that signing yesterday, and they was so hyped. They was like, I can't wait to see Boogie going back. They said Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Christian Wood, and Boogie, and they was like, tell James Harden to run it back for 1 more year because they might win this year. That's not gonna fit. It's not. I like the small ball fit better than this fit. Yes, you got a big man. Yes, you got a big man that can play defense. But this fit on the offense side for those 2 players, Demarcus and Boogie, that's not. I mean, Demarcus and Christian, that's not gonna be good for them because they're not gonna have the ball like that, like they want to. Like they got signed. Like the Christian Wood got signed to $13 million. He could have got that somewhere else in like Charlotte. He could have even went back to Detroit and got that and would have been an all-star player this year. The way he was playing at the end of the year, he definitely would have been an all-star if he was on his own team. But now you're not on your own team. You're the third, fourth option. You got to defer to James Harden, one of the best scorers of time. Russell Westbrook wants to be the man. You got to defer to him. You can't defer to him. So that fit, it just don't go well. So I want them to trade their two big pieces, because if you trade back and you get young pieces back, now they just working for that number one option. See what the number one option is. You can't say Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie going to be the number one option because they can score better. So can these two guys that they just got. And I like that team better. Like Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Christian Wood, Demarcus. That's a good young team. Even though Demarcus is not young, but like that's crazy. He's not. I feel like I didn't see Demarcus hoop in a long time. But yeah, he's not young. But other than that, that's a good team. Like that's a better team to watch than me. So this what I think they're doing. Even though that's why I said I'm confused. I think that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to make this trade when it gets there. Like when they having the bet, they're probably gonna have not the best season. They're probably gonna be like 6, 7 seed. But I feel like they're gonna try to get rid of James Harden and Russell Westbrook in like the middle of the season. Like they were gearing up to trade them. They're like, they have pieces right now where they feel like if they was to trade them, they wouldn't be falling off or nothing. Like if you roll out with a Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, whoever's at that 3, PJ Tucker, I guess, and Demarcus Cousins, Christian Wood team, you're still going to be a good team with a decent bench. Daniel House, Eric Gordon, like that's a decent bench. So they're still going to be a good team when you trade Russell Westbrook and James Harden, because you're obviously going to get a lot of pieces back. Most likely from James Harden, and you'll get a little bit from Russell. You get like a player in the pick, because Russell's his trade value is down a lot. But like I said, I want them to get rid of James Harden like now. Like I don't like that fit. People are excited because they're hearing these big names: Christian Wood, Demarcus Cousins, Boogie, James Harden. But Boogie and Christian Wood is not going to be like they were playing along James Harden or Russell Westbrook, two ball dominant players. Not gonna be the same. It's not. They could basically be playing that Carmelo role when Carmelo played with both of them. Carmelo was like averaging like 10 points with both of them, with Russell Westbrook and James Harden on the Rockets and the Thunder. They basically gonna be that third option that barely gets the ball, that can score with the best of them, but barely gets the ball. That's what it's gonna be like. They just want to get tip-ins. They getting rebounds. You're not going to see Boogie get the rebound and push. That's not what they're doing. Unless their coach, what's their coach name? I think it's Steven Silas. Unless they draw up a new scheme where like they're trying to make James Harden and Russell Westbrook play all ball, but like it's James Harden we're talking about. Russell Westbrook wants to be the man, so he's not playing all ball. So hey, if one thing, they gotta trade Russell, because he obviously just said he wants to have the ball in his hand every goddamn play. He wants to be the man. So trade Russell, get Russell out of there. You can try running the back with James Harden, but he don't even want to be there himself. And yeah, like I said, he don't want to be there himself. So that's not gonna fit. That's not gonna work well. But you gotta trade Russell. You gotta trade Russell, because if you want to try this lineup out, it's not gonna work with Russell. Not at all. It's not gonna work with Russell. And that's just because he wants to be the man. So get players that can come in and fit in that role. I like that Charlotte trade before they drafted LaMelo, because I feel like they can get some good pieces back. Malik Monk, Miles Bridges, they both need. Well, Malik Monk definitely needs to change the scenery. But Miles Bridges, like they both could have fit in a good role right next to James Harden. But now James Harden wants to get traded, and then they drafted LaMelo. So I don't really see a team where Russell can go. You can't say the Clippers, because he's still not going to be that man. He's still not going to be the guy. He's going to even fall back even more because we're playing behind PG and Kawhi now. You can't say the Bucks, because that just doesn't fit. Can't say the Knicks. Then I'm looking at Knicks fans. Knicks fans don't even want him. So it's really no, like the report came out a couple days ago. Russell Westbrook and Victor Oladipo, they have no trade value, and that's crazy, because that's two players from a couple years ago that you would trade the boatload for. But they have no trade value now. I feel bad for Russell. He had a bad bubble, yes, but January, Russell was the best player in the fucking league. He was averaging when James Harden was out. I think he was out of something. Something was wrong with James Harden. Russell was averaging like 30 something, going crazy. So to now having no trade value, and if you think about it, the bubble, I ain't gonna say it shouldn't have counted for him, but think what he had to do. He missed the whole like little regular season part of the bubble. He had COVID and then got jumped right back into playoff basketball. You know how hard that is? For them to even get out the first round, that was amazing. For what they had to go through, like he had COVID, so that's 2 weeks of no working out. I mean, you probably can work out when you have COVID, but I don't know. Let's say it's not. It's 2 weeks of not working out at all, not practicing, not doing nothing. You by yourself. To all right, now come play playoff basketball. That shit's hard. So I give him a little leeway on that. And people acting like Russell's a bum yet. I know most of it is a contract, but people like to say, "Oh, you can't shoot." Too selfish, but like Russell's still like a great point guard. Like obviously he's still obviously a top 5 point guard in the league. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know where his value is at, but I would trade him right now. If you want to roll out with this lineup, like I said, I just don't see it being as great as everybody's thinking it's going to be because they signed 2 good names. Good, that's what it is. 2 good names. Christian Wood, even though he's not really a known name. People just see what he did in the end of the season. Oh, like, yeah, that's a good signing. Like, now you got to really watch what he did. He was a paint beast. And then you got Demarcus Cousins, who hopefully can go back to the old Demarcus Cousins, the dominant one. But like I said, I don't even know if he would get that chance with this team with those 2 players ahead of him. So we'll see. But that's it. That's all I got for today. I just wanted to come with that to share my thoughts on that because I feel like people not thinking that far into it, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's it, yeah.